Hey guys, it's me, Jalila. So I am back again. I hope everybody's having an awesome holiday. And if I upload this on Christmas, Merry Christmas! So I just wanted to come on and share with you guys the pros and cons of visiting the Hello Panda Fest. As you guys saw the other day, I posted some photos of me and my little sister. We took a drive up to Queens, New York, or to City Field, and we visited this exhibition that they have, or I guess like a pop-up experience, and I just wanted to share the pros and cons of the Hello Panda Fest. I promised you guys a little mini review, and so here it is. And when I say mini, it's going to be super mini. I'm not going to be here for I hope it should not be super long. So with all that being said, let's get straight into it. So I made a list, and the first pro is, I'm going to do the pros first. So the first pro is that it has beautiful lights, beautiful lanterns, and it's just like such a beautiful overall exhibition for children and families. It's like, think of it like when you hang, have you guys ever drove through neighborhoods to see the displays of the lights on different houses? Think of it like holiday lights, but on steroids. It is so creative, and the lights, the lanterns that they have are just so beautiful, and they range from all different sizes, and they're just really, really beautiful. It is definitely breathtaking. And so that is definitely a con. That is definitely a pro. Whoops. That's definitely a pro. That the lanterns are just really just absolutely beautiful. So go check it out because of that. The second pro, I have them written down here, is that it's ample space for children. So where they have it at City Field in Queens, New York, and it's just this large, they have it in a large stadium parking lot, and it's the festival, it stretches on and on and on. I would say to see the whole thing, to see every little thing, it's you could spend a good 2-3 hours there, and I think still not have seen every single lantern that they have. And so because it's so large and because it has such a good amount of space, you don't feel tight, it doesn't feel crowded. At least when I went, it was pretty good. I think a lot of people haven't caught on to it yet. I mean, it's also the dead of winter here in New York, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But in terms of space, the Hello Panda Festival definitely chose a good location. You don't feel tight, claustrophobic, and it's not you're walking, especially if you're a parent or a family or a caregiver, if you have strollers and all that that gear with you. There's definitely just so much space to just for the kids to even just run, and for you to bring those things. So I definitely mark that as a pro. So that is the second pro. The third pro is that there is a ball pit for children. I did not take, well, actually, I'm going to see if I can insert it in. Oh, guys, help me with my editing skills. I'm getting there. But there's a ball pit for children, and it's really beautiful. And even though the festival is outdoors, they section off they have a huge tent. Inside that tent, they have the ball pit, they have food. Actually, yeah, that's another pro. They have food. I wasn't really into the food, so I don't know if that's a con. It's a lot of Chinese foods and different snacks, but if you are feeling adventurous, you definitely, go ahead and, try that out. But yeah, so there's a ball pit inside of this big tent. And there's, ball pit food, heat. They had heat, which was oh my God, it was so welcome. So many people were just standing over by the heat, so many parents. And there is a con about the ball pit that I will get to when I start the con list. So that is another con. I'm another pro. What is going with me. There's another pro, which is the large ball pit play area for children. There was also these really cool swings that I did not get a photo of, but these swings that light up. So that is also another pro. The next pro is that it is great. Let me tell you something. It is a great place for bloggers if you just want some really dope photos. Like if you want some amazing photos, then head to the Hello Panda Fest. I have an iPhone, so that's what I use. I wish I had a professional camera. We're gonna speak that into existence in 2020, but it is just like so beautiful. The lanterns, just like if you get like a really cute outfit and you go out there with your camera, or even if you're just like into photography or you're just like into having professional photos of yourself, you know, this place is definitely like the place to do it. The only thing I will suggest is that if you do go in mind to just take beautiful Instagram photos, then I just do recommend that, I don't know, the lighting was a little off in terms of like sometimes, and it could be just because I have an iPhone. Maybe if you have like professional gear or professional equipment, then you can get that lighting just right. But depending on like where you stood, the lighting was just like completely off and photos were just coming out just dark as hell. Just so dark. So yeah, definitely a pro. It is Instagram friendly, guys. Do it for the gram. I won't do it. Do it for the gram, guys. You could do it for the gram at the Hello Panda Festival. And the last pro is that there was an excellent representation of other cultures. They had lanterns that were for Hanukkah. They had lanterns for Kwanzaa. They had Christmas lanterns. They had all kinds of lanterns that really just embodied the diversity of New York City, which is just so important. And so I really like that because, you know, representation is good. It's good to be all inclusive. And so the Hello Panda Festival was definitely all about that inclusive life, okay? So that is my last pro. Now, it's time to get into those cons, okay? So for the cons, I have my list, guys. So the first con, I just wasn't feeling it. The first con is that it is not a bathroom friendly place. And this is important to me because if you are traveling with children, and I have babysat for many people before, or like I have young cousins, children always need to use the bathroom, and the Hello Panda Festival, they're working with porta potties, okay? I wasn't feeling it. The porta potties were not clean at all. It just wasn't good, guys. It was a mess. And the toilets were just too high for like little children. Like I had a mother come up to me and she was just really upset because her daughter was about 5, I think she told me, and she's like, they couldn't use the bathroom, and she had to take her like to a bush. And that's just a big issue, because if you're marketing something as a family-friendly place, then you need to have family-friendly amenities, and the bathroom situation is just not good. And the porta potties are outside in New York City in 20-degree weather, and they're not clean. Like, I need y'all to get it together. And the other point of that I'm gonna say is, if you have an infant, because this place says all ages, like if you check out the website, it says it's good for all ages. If you have an infant who is still in diapers, there is no diaper table to be found. Like, that is an issue. So for me, they lost points with me because of that. So if you do decide to take a trip out there, and you are having, like, if you're taking little ones, like, you heard it here first. Their bathroom situation, not good. The second con is that the GPS location is off. The location that they have listed on the website, on their Eventbrite page, if you put that in to your GPS, it brings you to a house. brings you to a house. I don't know if that was just my experience, but I literally just put in the address that they had on the their Eventbrite page, and it brought me to my sister and I to a house, and then we were just like way off. So just beware of that. I wish I can even tell you what we did to like even get to Citi Field after that, but it was a lot of trial and error and asking for directions because the GPS location on the website is just off. I hope they get that remedied, or I mean, maybe you guys are familiar with Citi Field and we just didn't know where the heck we were going. I don't know, but nevertheless, definitely a con. The third con is that if you drive, like we just mentioned, there is no on-the-street parking available. And if you're from New York City, you know what I'm talking about. And so that meant that we had to pay the only parking lot that was available. And that parking lot charges $25 for you to park your vehicle. And that, it just blew mine. Like, I just wasn't happy about that. So that is definitely another con. If you do decide to take the train, which I recommend now, having been there because it was my first time being there, if you do decide to take the train, I will say that the train station puts you right in front of, the entrance to the festival. And if you drive, it kind of like, it's like a little bit around the way, and then you got to walk back once you get from the parking lot and all that. So if you do take the train, it's the 7 train that goes there. I don't remember the stop, but if you do decide to take the train, I definitely think that's the better option. It puts you right in front of the festival, and you will avoid the parking fee for $25 that me and my sister had to go through. Wasn't happy about that. Yeah. And the last con, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, I kind of hinted at it when I talked about the pros. So when I said they have a ball pit, which is a pro, but the con is that you have to pay for the ball pit. So it is not included in your ticket pricing, and I think the pricing, it was a little bit strange. It was like $10 for like 30 minutes or something like that. And they charge you per adult if you want to go in with your child. So they have like a fee for adults to go in, and then a fee for the child to go in. So you've heard it here first. You got to pay for the ball pit. So those are my pros and cons. Oh wait, and I do have one more pro. They have a silent, one more pro is that they have a silent disco, silent party or whatever with those, you know, those cute little colorful headphones. You can buy a ticket that includes that. I didn't purchase that ticket, but I did look in, and it seemed like it was fun, and it was also an all-inclusive experience. They had kids in there, adults in there, dancing, and that was also in a separate tent. And so that is my last pro. Sorry, that was a bonus. And that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful to you. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very, very happy holiday. Merry Christmas to you guys, and I will be back.